Feed me in, baby.
Okay. And we're back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the sofa.
Yeah. I just wanted to change it up a little bit. Oh, it's not
Oh, I was like, wait a minute.
always
I
so
know
generic.
there was a lot. Yeah. Yeah, see, you found it. It's fine. I need to order some
You need
actual
to actually
C-clamps.
asphyxiate it.
Yeah,
Asphyxiate it.
sure.
Yeah, it'll probably fall again.
It will.
Anyway, what's up, babe?
Hi, handsome.
It's been a day.
Yeah.
Not a bad one, but it's definitely been one.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to the setup. My bad.
Yeah, these are different mic stands. They pick up the audio better. They're a little bit more sensitive. You don't have to talk into like right into it. You can be on the side of it.
Yeah, but they're not as visually appealing.
They don't look so professional.
They don't, but they sound better. And they're made by the exact same company.
Yes, they are. Those look like you should sing into the other ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you take the
and put them on the other stands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't understand that part of things, but don't have to.
It's whatever.
And my camera setup is back to 1, 2, 3, and 3, 2, 1. So there is that. I get to work the switcher like I used to.
Yeah.
And we get to try this shot out again.
Mm-hmm.
Because we haven't tried the shot out since we fixed both audio and video.
Yeah, the visuals like look so good right there.
It's pretty clean.
It is clean. I'm glad I took that. You're so handsome.
Hey, beautiful. Want to go on a date with me?
I would love to.
Okay. One of these days, we'll make that happen.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let me see your pretty face and smile. Yeah, you got to look at the right camera.
It's this one.
Now, let me see the other one.
Which one?
The one with the lip. Yeah, old stink face. Old catfish face.
My catfish face. See, you can actually see how much my face moves now that I took that like artificial filter bullshit off. I was like, people aren't going to recognize me, or I'm going to have to go back to getting Botox. Pick one.
If she doesn't quit talking about my wife like this, me and her are going to have some words.
Whatever. When you met me, I had Botox, and then I got poor.
And you got poor. Were you rich then?
No, I just allocated differently.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I wasn't spending $700 a week on groceries.
I'm going to pop me a top 2. What you drinking tonight?
Coke Zero. You?
I got the Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream. I really like strawberries and cream.
You know what I really appreciate about soda companies is that they are really like, there's so many now who it's not just like the shit diet soda. It's actually like the zero sugar or like.
I hate diet products.
I know you do, but I really don't have a choice.
I don't mind the no sugar stuff. It's just I don't like the diet.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of Diet Dr. Pepper. I like the no, like, because I
can do the no sugar.
I was bringing it up because that flavor, they actually have a no zero.
And that one tastes
no sugar
like just like it does with sugar.
Yeah. But seeing how because, you know, me being a diabetic and everything, like, I'd be really careful.
Yeah. So they have like no sugar syrups as well for coffee flavoring.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't tell the difference there at all.
No, which everybody's always like, oh my gosh, you drink so much coffee. I'm like, yeah, because I can't have juice. Like, and I can only have so much carbonation because of my surgery. So it's like,
I can't have juice just in general. All the acid.
Well, the acid, yeah. So we don't. Well, and then like the sweet tea, you don't like the artificial sweet tea, so I don't drink this. Like, so really, like the only beverage we have in common is coffee.
Yeah, and I drink it black.
Yeah, and I drink it with my sugar-free stuff. But people are like, you don't. I'm like, yeah,
I drink it like motor oil.
I don't do juice. Real thick. Yeah, but no, I'll probably have four cups of coffee a day. 4 to 6, depending upon the day.
4 to 6?
Yeah.
Is that equivalent to a carton of cigarettes?
I mean, I don't think so. I don't know. That's just cigarette smoking's nasty.
It's nasty. Smoking anything's nasty.
Well, I had an uncle when we lived out in California.
Unless it's meat.
I
like to smoke meat.
I had an uncle. Well, and Roger was a huge smoker forever. And then,
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Like cigarettes or?
Yeah, cigarettes. He was a huge smoker. A
A
ton
lot
of
of old
cigarettes.
people like.
Well, that was the era, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
and
Everybody
the
had the
advertisements.
ashtray that was like a flying saucer.
Yeah, that had like the multiple visitor locations on it for people who were there with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then every chair had its like own little pedestal ashtray. Nasty.
Straight nasty. And then
And they say we don't change our air filters enough.
oh gosh. Like, and you remember
Can you imagine those people's
you
houses?
remember yeah, like the walls were like yellow
and sticky.
Yes.
Nasty.
And all that was in your child's lungs. Like, and now they've done so much research on like secondhand smoke and stuff. I'm like, good gosh.
Yeah.
Well, and so now like, and I never knew this. So my dad worked a shit ton. My mom was like, she worked like a part-time job and was going to school when we lived out in Cali. And I stayed with my uncle who was a chain smoker. Like, but 15, 20 minutes, he was lighting a new one. Like, that's how.
Oh, no, that's not chain smoking.
What is that?
That's a form of smoking, but not chain smoking.
Chain
smoking is one back to back.
That's what I'm talking about. He was
one off of another.
That's what I'm talking about. It was like every 20 minutes he was lighting a new one. Like he was just back to back.
Some people will literally, and I even know people that do this, will light a cigarette with a cigarette.
Yeah.
Like, let's finish both of these at the same time.
It's so gross. But I just remember how sick I was as a kid because that's where like he was my babysitter, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But then my mom like figured out that it was like, oh, that's what's making her sick.
Oh, the nurse?
Yeah. She was like, oh, that's what's making her sick because I always had strep throat or I had ear infections or like, and then, trouble breathing and cough all the time. And it was like, yeah, you've got me locked inside this
smoke chamber,
smoke dungeon. Like, and he was a weird uncle. Like he didn't believe in natural light at all, which I thought was super weird. Like they didn't have like.
What else was he smoking?
Shit, I don't know. Maybe more than what I thought. I was little. Potentially. But they were just different people. They were different. They were different.
They're so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
There's a story about smoking.
Mm.
And drinking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, care to indulge us with your day?
Oh, I don't know.
Nope.
I feel sad.
You don't have to.
I feel sad.
Why?
I feel defeated, bro.
You did a lot of shit today.
Fucking tired, man.
Oh, I feel that.
Tired. I'm tired, but I'm like.
You don't even know what tired is yet. Neither do I, because school hasn't started for 2 more days.
I know. Well, I'm tired and it's like, shit, I can't ever do enough or be enough or anything. And then Miles is sick on top of that.
Ain't even started yet.
I know.
The hard part hadn't even started yet. We're about to have to live on no sleep, like at all. Which is why I've been soaking in the sleep that I have. I'm just stocking up.
Yeah, that doesn't work. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way?
It doesn't work that way. I don't like these mic stands because it's like a sad little.
You remember the time last year where we hadn't slept so long we felt like we were just drunk and delusional? Yeah. We're about to get back into that era.
We are. Yeah.
And for different reasons, though. That time last year, we were doing that because of going through pregnancy.
I was going to say I was pregnant and miserable, and my heart was like, yeah, we done.
Yeah, we're going to take your ass to the hospital 15,000 times.
Wasn't that many? Chill out.
Okay. 14,999.
Eye roll for those who can't see it.
No, we can see it.
Yeah, but not every
here.
Not every podcast is gonna
better now.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I like it when you do that.
When I roll my eyes.
Only up.
I can't. Not in love with this mic stand.
No?
No, because it's like a sad little wiener. It's like, meow. It keeps.
Are you going to talk about itty bitty wieners?
No. I stopped doing that a long time ago.
Oh. How long ago was that?
On the 21st, it'll be 2 years.
Oh. So you upgraded
Oh, yeah, I upgraded.
to dinosaur?
Yeah.
Dinosaur dong?
Yeah.
Don't tell the world. They'll be beating down the door.
It's all right. I know who you go to bed with.
I do too. Little spider monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Just rip your fucking head off.
No, I won't.
Yes, you
Oh,
will. I love you, little spider monkey ass.
I love you too. I am just I'm just stressed out and worried about money and finances and us and kids and like
We're gonna
we
be
have
fine.
we have another
It'll be fine.
we have another 2 years essentially. May no, not even that, like another year. We've got to make the decision on another child for Miles and what his childhood and upbringing is going to look
There's
like.
plenty of time. It's plenty of time. A whole lot of change in a year.
Yeah.
A whole lot's going to change in the next. I can tell you this right now for a fact. A whole lot is going to change in the next 2 months for our lives.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, and to that, like I look back 2 years ago and I never would have thought that I'd be sitting here 2 years ago. I never thought that I'd be
Yeah.
with someone who allows me to speak my voice, that allows me to feel confident, that allows me to be 100% here and available and not have to filter my comments, questions, or concerns. So I am very grateful for all of those things. And I can't believe it's been 2 years on the 21st that I decided to pack a fucking suitcase and chuck up deuces and be like, fuck you and your mind games.
Did you just say chunk up deuces?
Yeah.
Not the type you flush.
No, man. Nah, bruh.
The dose.
Yeah.
I like this better. I can see you now.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to change?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Now I can see my camera and I can see you. I forgot what it was like to sit on the couch. And now you spilled, didn't you? Always spilling stuff. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. There's your booty. It looks good out of those jeans, dude. Well, I guess I'll talk about my day since you're going to clean up. You're going to clean up on aisle 5. So it took me a while to get going this morning because I guess I slept wrong or something. I don't know. Anyways, I've got some pretty extensive damage, nerve damage from some previous surgeries. So some mornings are worse than others, but it takes a lot sometimes just for me to start moving. So a lot of stretching, a lot of just moving around, get my back moving and flexing it and stretching it. So this morning's attempt to get up took about 2 hours before I could actually get out of bed, which completely sucks. But it is what it is. So I finally got moving. Not that it took me that long to start working, because I started working pretty much right away. So grab my laptop and throw it in front of my face right there in bed. So I started working from bed and my mind was already going from last night. And I had all these brainstorm ideas that I wanted to start
What happened last night that we were
working on
What happened last night that you were brainstorming on?
high level.
Oh.
So we have a software that we use that helps, one of these softwares helps collect data. And I decided, because we have so many different brands,
Yeah.
that I wanted that to be the place where everything lives, breathes, survives as far as the data collection goes.
Yeah.
And I needed to figure out a way to do that.
Mhm.
And so, in order to figure that out, I had to filter a lot of things through my head the way that I wanted it in order for it to work properly. And then I had to ask for help on how to actually get it done. And I knew that it could be done after I was processing all the thoughts and everything. It was just a matter of, all right, now how do I do it? So then I started working on trying to figure it out on my own because that's my process. That's just how I do shit. If I can't try to figure it out on my own, or at least try to figure it out on my own, I'm not going to ask somebody first. I'm going to try first. That's just, like I said, that's my process.
Yeah.
So I've got to actually try it and know that I tried my ass off. If and most of the time, actually, I'll figure it out on my own. So that's why I do that. But I do also realize that I can't do everything.
Yeah.
And so I'll only go so far with that process before I'm like, okay, it's time to call in the experts.
Reinforcements, yeah. There's a couple things still that we need to work out, especially with
There's
the
definitely,
calendar thing for sure. Because I
yeah.
don't like the confirmation email when somebody books on the calendar. I don't like that it only comes like, it's branded with that particular, like, email. So, like, I would very much like to figure out how to, like, it not be that particular email that it's branded with. Like, some type
Well,
of generic something would be great.
info at whatever.
Yeah, like info at ourbrands.com, like something, like something. But right
I think it
now
needs to go out. I think it needs to come and go from the appropriate places.
I agree.
And there is a way to do it inside of there.
We just need to figure it out. We need to ask the right questions to
Well,
get the right answers.
so I've seen it. So I've actually have done some of the video watching tutorials. There's a way for it to happen.
Yeah.
It's just that I can't physically do it. And we have the person that can.
Yeah.
I just need to I need to have the time to have the conversation with that person that can help me get to there.
Right. Yeah. And it's an expensive ass software. It's so freaking detailed. It's insane. It's really cool. I really like it.
Well, and even to that statement, I have a whole other conversation that I need to have with someone else, which will probably turn into a joint venture conversation
Oh.
because I had a whole spin-off of an idea to mesh this with somebody else's already existing stuff.
Oh. Interesting.
And I didn't have this idea until the middle of your Zoom call while I was playing with the software and doing a video switcher for you.
Yeah. So I had my so I've got a speaking engagement coming up, which is really, really, really cool. I haven't had one in, I guess, November since November of last year when I emceed the event.
Was it November?
Yeah, it was November 17th.
When we went to Florida?
No. Yeah, I guess
Hasn't been a year.
no, it hasn't been a year since my last speaking event. Okay. I was thinking like solo speaking event, like me just like individually on the stage.
I believe you spoke individually.
Okay. This is true. This is true. I gave a lot of really good pointers on that panel, but so I'm
I didn't
really
really like that whole
there were
I
too
didn't
many
like that
people.
event because it's not the normal event
Yeah.
that happens for that.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the norm. I don't think I'll do another one unless it goes back to the old way.
Yeah, I agree. I was not impressed, and they tried to shove way too many women on one panel, and I believe that
They had a full women's panel, and while I appreciate that, there needed to be some diversity there in order for the entire crowd to indulge in it properly, in
yeah,
my opinion.
right. Yeah, and I think too, like, what irritates me is, like, they try to group all the women together, and it's like, why? Why do we have to be in a group to speak? Why are we not good enough to individually speak? Because we are
Yeah.
all masters of our own craft.
Well, I don't think it was intended that way
No, but
because
that's gotta be the way it comes across.
yeah, I agree. Well, so this event again, was not done how it's normally done. And then after the event, I found out that the organizer of said previous events walked away before they decided to launch this event. So that made total sense to me after the fact
Yeah,
because
because it legit
nothing
looked like
was
it fell apart.
organized at
No,
all like it
no,
normally is.
no. Yeah, because I had been to previous events and I was like, "Yeah, this is cool, this is cool." There just was there it was lacking and missing quite a bit, but yeah.
And it sucked for all of the people that spent all of the money that they did. Luckily, we grandfathered in
Yeah.
from the previous
Mhm.
thing, but at the same time, we still had to pay for flights and food and all the
Yeah,
other
all the
bullshit.
hotel and everything else. Yeah, because it was a multi-day event.
Yeah, it's 3 days.
Yeah. It was I mean, there were
Where it
parts
was
of it that
still
were still good, don't get me wrong, and there
no,
was
there was
places
still
to
great
take
stuff.
and there
There was
was
still great content produced even.
yeah, well, I was gonna say, and there was even great places to still take away value. I'm just saying that, like, there's women are so much more valuable than just one panel on a 3-day event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I actually missed the part that other than watching you
Mhm.
because I thought it was at the end, and it actually turned out that it was at the beginning. Just it was so unorganized in the fact of how it was even
Even the information that was put
portrayed. It
out.
was yeah, but anyways, I'm not sitting here trying to dog on that whole event.
No, I'm not
I'm
either.
just was frustrated with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, your Zoom call. Sorry, let's get back on
Yeah.
track with that.
Sorry. Yeah, so we had our Zoom call in regards to our speaker organization, which that Zoom call, like, 1, made me realize how unprepared I was. 2, how underbranded I am. 3, what am I going to talk about? Like, I know I'm going to talk about mindset, and then
It
how
triggered
many
everything, right?
yeah, like, and then how many people are
Which
gonna be
is
there?
exactly what it was supposed to
That's
do.
it did exactly what it was intended to do, and so, 1, my new social pages are finished. 2, my website with my new brand is up, and 3, my new logo for the Jennifer Clements that represents myself is
Which I like
finished,
it a
and it's
lot better.
fucking badass.
I like it a lot better, and you did it,
I did do my own brand, yeah. So
which
then
makes it even better, and you appreciate it more.
yeah, yeah. Not to
It's
say that,
actually a
like
custom brand,
yeah,
and you did the last one too, I'm sure. You just
mhm.
kind of threw it together last minute.
I did. Well, and so the user Jenn R-rated content is more towards like
How's that spelled?
user generated content. Um,
It's spelled with a J, not a G.
yeah, Jen, like because my name's Jen.
Yeah.
So, but the user generated content is for like specifically for the fact that like I am a content creator and I create content and manage social media brands and create content for your brand, that sort of thing. So like that's that. And I didn't feel like that fit me, my brand, who I am. Because when I get up on stage, I am my brand, which
Yeah.
is the whole reason for me turning my name into an LLC, which not many people can fucking do. And I didn't,
Actually, anybody can do it. It's just,
but is your name
can
available?
you pull it off?
Yeah, can you pull it off and is your name available? Because you have to
Well, if
register
you
it.
majority of the time, yes, because it's a
Yeah,
first and a last name.
right,
If you're talking about just like Williams Insulation or
right,
the Smith brothers,
right. Like that's
mm,
pretty common.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're probably not going to get that.
no. So
But if you put like yours,
yeah, the Jennifer Clements LLC.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's more of an original like name.
it is. So
But they actually, if you do the case studies on this, they tell you not to brand yourself as your name for specific types of businesses,
right, they're talking about like the
mostly
trades.
trades,
Yeah,
but also large corporations for certain reasons. There's also a reason why we, you created the brand of which it is for what it is going to be,
yes,
for what's going to be,
yeah.
because it's not going, don't take this out of context or the wrong way. It's not
Mhm.
going to be some huge corporation
No, it's
with
my
all
brand.
of these people.
It's not a corporation, it's a brand, and that's
Yeah, it's a
different.
brand.
It's a brand. Yeah. It's
It is
very
going
different.
to be very successful.
Mhm. It is. It already is. It's already to my level of
Mm,
success, I find it already
yeah.
successful.
It's just not gonna be like Amazon or whatever the fuck,
No, it's not gonna be like anything like that, but I needed something that when I book speaking
but it
events
looks phenomenal.
thank you, but I needed something for when I book speaking events, something that I don't mind having behind me.
Yeah, something that's gonna be on stage.
Yeah,
It's like your deck is what they call it.
yeah, because I don't wanna do a slideshow. I don't think a slideshow would do my speech or what I'm speaking on any good.
And so here's the thing, guys. She doesn't read a teleprompter, and she has taught me well, I've never read one because the way in which I've been taught or self-taught and learned off of watching you, that whenever it comes across more natural, even with the yas, the nos, or uh-huhs, or but, or any of those words, they're all part of context.
Mhm,
And this gets me the most about editing because I thought I needed to go back and edit everything that we're going to do. And then I went back to the mind frame of why. Because every person that's ever videoed us,
mhm,
even when we correct ourselves like it just did right then, they're
yeah,
like, just keep rolling through it. Just keep
yeah,
rolling through it. And just push through what you're saying or trying to say
mhm,
and get it out.
yeah. Even with me,
Even
you'll
if you
notice that
stutter
I
on your
yeah,
words, when you're at an event and you're live speaking, you're not normally you're not going to have a teleprompter
I'd hope not.
when you're doing live public speaking
Right.
because this is your job at this point, right?
Yeah,
So you can go on stage and this not be your job and you
right,
could totally freeze up.
right.
But if you're used to this and see, I just used a but if you're used to this and the rawness of this, it becomes so much more easy to stand in front of a crowd
Yeah,
or under the bright lights or lights in your face and just talk.
yeah, yeah. It will freeze you up. Like,
The
it
lights are scary.
the lights are very scary, and then
The people
the
really
eyeballs.
the the people really don't bother me as much as the lights
No.
bother me.
What I'm looking forward to doing is getting there when they open, because this is how I normally deal with it, is I
Yeah.
talk to people and build the relationships before I go on stage.
Yeah.
So I introduce myself because then at that point, I'm talking to friends. I'm having a conversation with friends. I'm getting friends excited. I'm giving them my true opinion instead of speaking to people who are
You
just
don't know.
are
They're just
unknown,
complete
are just
strangers.
filling seats. Like
See, I feel differently about
that's
that.
not the vibe that I want. I am there to create
It's easier for me to
relationships.
talk before I know them
Oh.
because if I've said, but this is the way I talk to people too. Like I'll go start a conversation and I'll be there for an hour and a half
Yeah,
because I'm literally trying to get to know one person. And it's
right,
not the entire crowd, five
right,
minutes at a time at a time. Like and
right,
bounce, 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 bounce.
right,
All right, this is my audience. Now I know how to go talk to them.
right, yeah,
No, I get
no,
hung up on a person and then I get dug into their company and their
yeah.
life and
So also too, like I learned this, there is such a thing of is when somebody comes up to you and they vomit their entire life on you, and that's draining. So I consider myself an introvert, and so for me to go out and do these events, I have to be an extrovert. And at a certain point of time, it's completely depleting, and then I have to retreat and I have to I have to reset myself. I've got to re-energize. Like I will retreat for a little while after such a large event, one day, 2 days, whatever, because I need to re-energize and I need to process. And so there is such a thing that happens where people come up to you and they literally word vomit their entire life and story and they're looking for a therapy session and it's overwhelming.
which is
So,
why it's great that we go with each other
yes.
because
I
we
was
already know this about each
I
other
was
and
getting
we
to
make
there.
eye contact and then we swap.
Yeah.
And if you ever watch us in a crowd,
Yeah.
you'll see us happen. You'll catch on to this if you watch us in a crowd.
He will take over the conversation and
I'll push you out
he will take over the conversation for me. And whether it's
because I can see it on your
he can
face.
see it on my face. My body language will shift and I will place my hand somewhere on his body. And it's one, because I'm probably overwhelmed. Two, I don't know how to end the conversation or I have given end triggers to a conversation and they
And
have
they
not
just
been accepted.
Yep.
So that's where instead of like ending the conversation, I'm like, I'm so sorry, honey. I'll be right back. Or let me whatever it is that I need to do to engage you, you pick up on it. Or
Yep.
we have a predetermined like conversation, like
Yeah,
phrase,
there's a word.
the word or phrase, and you'll interject, and then I will stand there for maybe 1 or 2 sentences, and then I will slowly disappear, or I will go talk to the next person or whatever. Like
Oddly enough, for the short amount of time that we've done this together, we've actually got that part figured out.
we do, yeah. And it's not I'm not being it to. I'm not doing it to be
No, you
disrespectful.
literally have to remove yourself. And dude, I get it,
Yeah,
because there are certain people that, and it's not. This is me not trying to be disrespectful. There's certain time that you're in a conversation where you're like, you've already checked out one, and it's hard to stick with the rest of it.
yeah,
And so you're sitting there going, and you don't want to be disrespectful by not giving your full attention either,
yeah,
but you're just not interested in the conversation. So that's one
yeah,
scenario.
yeah. Well, and
And then
it's
there's another scenario where there's just like, all right, I've been here for this amount of time. I really need to talk to that person. They're getting close, they're done, they're wrapped up.
yeah,
And I've been waiting to talk to that person.
yeah,
And you've given the respect of letting that person have their conversation.
yes,
And you're like, all right, now's my opportunity. I've got to exit this one to get to that one.
yeah,
And I need to make a clean exit. Like, and
right,
I don't want to be rude about making my exit
yeah.
clean or unclean.
Right. And so now I've gotten
So
just to the point where I'm like, I am so sorry to
I'll
interrupt
be
you.
right
I've
back.
been waiting to talk to them and they are just about to wrap up. Let me come back to you
Yeah,
if you do not mind. Like, and most of the time, by the time you get back to talk to them, they've probably
they're
already
ready.
left or they're gone or whatever. But it's like my true like genuinality of that is like I do want to come back to them. Like
Yeah.
if I'm telling that to you, it's because I want to loop back with you, but I've got to make it to have that conversation with that person. So, but there's a lot to public speaking. There is so much to it. And it's more
Yeah.
it's about getting there, walking, doing like sound checks,
Well,
like
also, if you're, there's even before that. So if you've created the hype about you getting there,
yeah,
and then people know where you're staying
yeah.
or have even an idea of where you're staying,
Yeah, which I've learned you
uh,
don't stay at the hotel.
you don't stay anywhere near the fucking place.
No, you don't.
Not even anywhere near it. You're not going to stay next door or
Nope.
across the street
No.
or even within blocks.
Nope.
Nor are you going to eat anywhere close to it.
Nope.
We will go to a different freaking town just to
Yes.
eat.
Yeah. So the event's in Vacaville, California,
Yeah.
right outside of Sacramento. So we fly into Sacramento. I'm very excited. It's actually not far from where I grew up in Cali. So it's kind of cool to go back home, but I'm hoping that well, and
How
so
how far is it? Are we going to be able to go see like
we
a
could.
house
Yeah, we could.
potentially?
Yeah, absolutely. Take you to the house, the shop, all of it. I mean, I did that tour because I really honestly thought I was never going to go back.
I don't care to see a shop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just meant like I really don't even care to see the house. Like I don't
I'm I'm interested to see where you grew up.
I'll take you to the Catholic school.
I've heard stories about that. And so have you guys.
I'll take you
All
to the
those
Catholic.
trips about the wine
Yeah, I'll take you to the Catholic school and the daycare and all that fun
and
stuff.
take a bottle,
Yeah, 2 at a time. They
carton
don't
of cigarettes in a bottle.
no, I don't think the nuns smoke.
Shit.
But I
You're so naive.
probably. But I mean, I'm excited. Ultimately, what I would like to do is I would like to go see the ocean and I would like to put my feet in the sand. But I also did find out that because they were like, oh, who's staying for these speakers? And I was like, we're staying. And they were like, oh, sweet. And so they actually put together a whole like Friday roundup event
Yeah.
for like everybody that's wants to hang out with the speakers. And I was like, people are going to want to hang out with me. No. No, they're not. Like, okay, whatever. Like, that's dumb. Like, I don't know. It just blew me away. Like, it brings tears to my eyes because
You're silly.
I'm just not that person. But
Yes, people want to hang out with you.
I'll be awkward. I'll stand there in the corner like, you want to do with my hand?
What do I do with my hand?
Yeah, it's okay. So I'm excited. I'm excited to take you. I'm excited. This is like,
Well, we're getting to the point. Like,
okay, so before you say your next thing,
Because you know what I'm going to say?
No, before you say your next thing, I am also very nervous at the exact same time because I feel like I've got to put on a really, really, really good performance to get invited to the November event.
I don't think so.
I know I've technically been invited to the November event, but it hasn't been like a solidified invite to the November event. So I feel like I've got to really bring
You
it.
feel like you're under a lot of pressure. Like you're not going to be you. Like, come on, girl.
I know.
You're you.
I know.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna need like 8 Red Bulls.
Actually, you don't.
I'm gonna need like 8 Red Bulls before I get on stage.
You don't know.
Yeah, and I still
That is the problem.
and I still got to pick out an outfit, and I have to pick out my nail. And I got a hair appointment coming up, and I got to get my nails done. And we need to start tanning. There's a lot of shit that's got to happen, and that's just the physical aspect.
The hair and nails is easy. Let's spray some.
Spray some lacquer on it.
I got some stain out in the gear off.
It might be a little sticky, but you'll be all right.
Put some finisher on it.
You want a matte finish or you want a satin finish?
You want to be glossy?
Yeah.
It's all right. We get her all fixed up.
But okay, so to that, like the last event, I wore neon pink. I was one of the only ones on stage that wore neon pink. But now I've gotten.
Why is that?
Because everybody thinks black professional. They go to black, everybody wears black. Well, I went off to the mall by myself. I don't think you knew that I was going when I went because I sent
Were you by yourself?
I was by myself. I sent you a picture of my outfit, I think.
I
felt
thought we went together.
To pick out the pink outfit?
No, I'm not talking about the pink one. We went together the first round.
Oh, yeah, that was awful. I hated everything I tried on.
No, you didn't. You liked the black one that you tried on.
I mean,
you still got a black one from the same store that you got the pink one from.
The black outfit you're thinking of, it was from November when I was pregnant and I couldn't find anything that I liked. But then we ended up at Express, which apparently is my store. And I haven't been in there in years.
I tried to tell her.
So I went to like all these places trying to find a dress for this November event. And then being pregnant, it's hard. Like, and plus there's no maternity clothing stores anymore. Everybody carries maternity clothing, but there's not one dedicated to maternity.
That's pretty awful, actually, and I feel bad for women that want to look cute while they're pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
That's a pregnant.
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 Made that song jump into my head. I'm pregnant. Pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Pregnant.
It was hard to find clothing that I felt comfortable in.
Suck. Like to not feel cute.
Yeah. Well, you're already feeling not cute.
Yeah, but y'all are cute when you're pregnant.
Yeah, I was tiny and cute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
To grow a life.
It really is. It is. It's also exhausting. Yeah. But no, like the one store, which used to be Motherhood Maternity, which you could find anything at.
Which I've never heard of.
Yeah, Motherhood Maternity used to be a place that like it was like in the mall. Like you went there and you got everything you needed. They're online, I think now, like through Amazon, but the stores of which you go into to find clothes, they're just gone. Target has a larger section, but there wasn't like anything formal for this formal ass event that we were throwing that was
not so formal at the end of the day.
Yeah. So, but I needed something. So now I'm thinking.
But you were super sexy.
It was a really cute outfit. It was adorable at the end because I bought black custom boots, knee-high custom cowgirl boots. And then
my closing deal is pink underwear, pink socks, pink shirt, pink something.
Yeah.
If I'm wearing pink, I'm closing a deal.
Yes.
So if you see me in a pink shirt in the middle of a crowd, you better believe I'm talking to somebody about some business.
Yeah. But so that was the black for that event. Anyways, when I went shopping for the pink dress, I just so happened to stumble upon, it wasn't that I was shopping for this outfit.
Yeah.
So I so happened upon the pink dress.
I got a picture.
Yeah. And you were like, yes, that's it.
That's the one.
That's the one. And I was 10 weeks out from having Miles. Like I still was not comfortable.
You did not even look pregnant. Everybody even told you that.
Yeah. They're like, you didn't just have a baby. I'm like, yeah, I did. He's 10 weeks old.
No way.
Yeah, and that was super hard to travel after that. Like, traveling without an infant that you're breastfeeding is super hard.
Well, just being away from him was hard.
Yeah. And then keeping up to make sure that I was making everything for him that he needed.
You still did it.
I did. And but yeah, I was, like, the only one on stage that was, like, rememberable
You know why?
because I had neon pink
You
on
were bright ass pink.
and tan as hell.
There's a statement whenever you're in a group of people to stand out.
Mhm.
Like there were these two brothers there, and I'll remember this just because of the statement that they branded themselves in. They look like ZZ Top.
Oh, yeah, the black and white boys?
Yeah. So they both wore tuxes that were half black and half white, and one of them had the the black on one side, and the other one had the black on the other side and white opposite. So when they
Yeah.
stood next to each other, they had white in the middle and then black on the outside.
Yeah. It looked cool.
Yeah, but they also had beards, matching beards
Yeah.
and hair,
Yeah, and even all the way down to the
and they looked
shoes.
like Duck Dynasty dudes
They
with the
did.
bandanas.
Yeah, they even all the way down to the shoes, black and white shoes.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next thing is it's like, I don't
Actually, that company that was there was pretty cool. We should probably
Oh,
try to
yeah.
find them because they had some pretty cool swag.
They did, yeah. Which so I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna dress on stage, like, what's my vibe? Because I am very much a, like, dress up, but I'm not wearing heels. Like, I'm in tennis
I don't
shoes,
think you need to
Vans.
this particular style one.
No, and I wanna be able to, like, move around stage, and I'm not gonna be able to move around stage in heels. That's just
No,
not who I am.
no. Throw some
So,
Vans on.
I was thinking that's exactly what I'm thinking is I'm gonna wear like, I'm probably gonna wear either these or I'm just gonna wear, like, a black t like, either a black romper, something either jeans or, like, I don't know. But it's an all-day event. It's from I think they said mic check starts at 5:30 AM, ends at 7:30 when the doors open, and then it runs until 6?
Yeah, I think it's yeah, goes to
6?
6.
Yeah, it's a
And it's just the
long-ass
one
event.
day, right?
Yeah, yeah, and it's already sold out, like, max cap well, is what is wrong? Oh, do you want a pillow? I grab you a pillow. So this is why we moved away from the sofa.
I know.
Now you have the mic in your armpit.
It's all right, it'll be fine. Come here, Mike.
Mm,
I don't say that much.
no, you don't. Yeah. So I don't know what to wear. That's something else that I need to actually dive
Us
into.
Mike are gonna fight.
Yes. But I did book our flights. Now
Much
it's
like the
down.
last one.
Now I booked our flights. Now it's just down to locking in our place of stay and the rental car, which I'm gonna leave the rental car up to you.
I really like the last company. I think we'll probably use them
Well,
again
and
because
we
they
did
have lux.
yeah, they do have luxury cars, and to that, like, they actually were cheaper when we booked in person than they were if we booked online.
Yeah. I don't mind doing that again, other than the fact that if we want luxury, we have to do it in prior.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was the thing about that company.
That was true, huh? Yeah. Anyways, no big deal. It is what it is.
But I can start looking into that.
Mhm.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
I think I want to probably get a convertible, being that we're in Cali.
Yeah. I'm okay with whatever. I don't care. But I do know that I'm not gonna just, like, sit up at the house somewhere. Not doing
Didn't
it.
ask you to.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I want you to know that, like, I don't know. I wouldn't
I plan
I've
on
even, like
leaving.
huh?
I plan on leaving.
Yeah, and I've even thought about splitting our stay, like 2 days one place, 2 days another place.
I'm good with that too.
Yeah. Just because it's like I know we're gonna have to be somewhat close to the event for Thursday and Friday, but then Saturday and Sunday going somewhere else.
We don't have to be there Thursday.
We fly in Thursday.
I know, but we don't have to be at the event Thursday.
Well, we either do mic check Thursday or we do mic check Friday morning. So, mhm.
I guess we'd probably do want to see the scene.
Yeah. And then I got
And
the
I would imagine we'll be meeting some people.
yeah. And I did like that they were like, "Hey, what kind of microphone do you want?" And I was like, "You know, I'm talk with my hands. I don't wanna hold a microphone." They're like, "No, I totally get it." So that was really nice.
Yeah.
But it's happening.
Yeah, we haven't figured out if we're both going on stage or not yet.
Mm-mm.
So tomorrow, I'll most likely shoot you,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll shoot us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also need to schedule a time for next week to do that again
Yeah. At the studio.
at the place with the bright lights.
Yeah. The studio.
We need a bright space.
Yep. Yes.
So that we can get the look and the feel.
Yeah. And then the really cool thing about
Ooh, I picked her walkout song.
Oh, yeah,
I think she likes it.
I do. It's funny because I was like,
I'm not going to tell anybody either.
no, and it's funny because I put the call out on my public Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, y'all help me pick a walkout song. And some of these songs, I'm like, where the fuck did you find
Where'd you
that?
come up with this shit?
And then the other one, like, and then some of them, I've even shared them with you, and I was like, hell yeah, that's a good one. Walk around the club, everybody. I'm like, yes, that's it. That's my whole theme song.
Fuck everybody. You can say fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, that's a good one. And then there was like
We're not live.
and then there was like an Avril Lavigne one. That one was really good.
Walk around the club, fuck everybody.
That's me.
I said, yeah, babe, we can do that, but not when we're starting this career. Maybe about midway.
Maybe when everybody understands you. And then somebody put that I needed to do Beyonce, Who Runs This World? Girls. But I'm like, I'm not a girl. I'm a woman. There's a huge fucking difference between a girl and a woman.
And we ain't trying to take over the world, Pinky.
No, I'm good. I mean, women already fucking run this world, but like, I don't like the term girl. Like, I don't like it. I don't own with it. Like, I'm a queen or I'm a woman. One of those two I can vibe with. But call me a girl is like, to me, a downplay on my status of who I've built myself to be.
Come on, girl. That's the lip thing.
Yeah. So good. Now you look as stupid as you sound.
Come on, girl.
Mm-mm.
You ready to buy me dinner, girl? I didn't feel right talking to you like that. She is my queen.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I mean, you are the king of our house. And in order to treat you like a king, I've got to be a queen.
Yeah. You're so sexy.
Thank you. But I'm very excited. So if you guys go to thejenniferclements.com, you'll see the new brand.
It's published.
It is published. I released it.
She did all that in one day.
Yeah, I did.
All by herself. She didn't ask for help. She didn't ask for a logo. She didn't ask for help with content. She didn't ask for help with any of it. Nothing. She wanted to completely start and finish that task 100% by herself. And she started and completed that task 100% by herself without even having a conversation. So much as having a conversation or bouncing ideas, other than one time about some pictures.
Yeah, I had needed your opinion on the I don't know what you want to call it,
Which
like
is
the
very
banner.
uncommon because typically she's asking, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? I'm very unsure of herself, and I'm very proud of you for not questioning yourself.
Thank you. No, I have a really good, like, I have a very clear, precise, focused, like, idea of what this brand is. And so, like, I know that, like, Dan Antonelli is going to look at this and be like, branded, not blanded. Like, he's probably, because that's what he does for a living. He builds brands. And so ultimately, I would like the Jennifer Clements to get big enough to where he could go in and like do what he does with this brand. But for me,
I strongly disagree. Not shaming Dan Antonelli because he does great things
do great
for
work.
businesses.
Yeah.
That's not you.
Well, so the brand so the signature, the Jennifer Clements signature part means a lot to me because of the fact that I finally have
you back.
Me back. Yeah, I finally have my name. I'm no longer anyone's property. And that brings us to another conversation. So I'm no longer anyone's property, so my name is my name. And then the fire, the smoke, and the phoenix. And one of the very first tattoos that I got after, so the very first, okay, so I actually made my sunflower appointment, my sunflowers, if I can twist the right way, my 2 sunflowers. I actually made that appointment while I was still in my relationship, knowing that he hated tattoos. And I was like, fuck, I don't know how I'm going to tell him I did this, but I'm going to do it. So shit. But it ended up not mattering. So that's cool. But what I do love is that I was like, okay, so I made this appointment, got my sunflowers done, and then I went out. That's good. I went out in, I don't know, it was probably September. I feel like it was it was probably September. And oh, we were airplaying to the TV, and then the TV decided to be like, sorry, just kidding. Oh, that's what it was. The remote. Shh. There you go, boo. You're good. So I made the appointment probably like September to get my very first full rib piece, which I designed a beautiful black, white, gray phoenix for my side. So she covers, oh my God. Just sit down. My phoenix covers legit the full side of my ribs, and it hurt like hell. Ribs fucking suck.
And it's sexy as hell.
He loves my phoenix.
It's my favorite part to give sugars to.
Right there. Sweet meat.
Because she's ticklish right there.
Why you gotta tell the world, man? Why you gotta tell everybody?
Ticklish.
Why everybody tell everybody my secrets, bruh?
Oh, that's a tickle spot. How much you giggle?
Stop it. It does. So
You giggle's pretty cute.
thank you. But yeah, so my phoenix was like my second tattoo that I was like, I'm getting this. And it was like, why do you want the phoenix? Because my tattoo artist, Squinty, developing that relationship and everything. He's like, why do you want the phoenix? And I was like, man, I am coming from the fire, but not smelling like smoke. I am going to rise from the actual embers and flames and be untouchable and thrive.
She said she didn't want to smell like shit no more.
No.
She's being surrounded by shit.
No, I think it's a biblical reference where they say you rise from the flames but don't smell like smoke.
Mm.
So that's what the phoenix means to me. Is it's like she is born from the true destruction. And that's what it means to me. And so that's what the actual logo, and the phoenix is branded with my colors, which are in the set already, which are the teal, the purple. There's a little bit of yellow in there. Black. Yeah. So it's like all of it is branded with my
It's actually
colors.
really cool.
Go check it out.
Yeah, just go look at it. Don't explain
the
all of
Jennifer
it.
Clements.
Leave a little trail.
But it looks
to follow.
So badass. I'm like, when I created it, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. Like with the smoke and the flame, like it's just all there. It's all there. So the phoenix to me, and I can't wait to turn that into an actual like something to put on the wall behind us, because she is beautiful.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. But I love my phoenix. But yeah, I have 2 complete full rib pieces. They hurt like so bitch. So, but they are complete. They are finished. They are not unfinished.
I have some unfinished stomach work. I don't know that I'll ever finish it.
I don't know that I want to get a stomach tattoo. We've talked about that, like locations and like how further we want to go and how covered
further.
Yeah. How much covered we want to do. And that was the other thing.
I don't mind being fully covered. Just the stomach is harsh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the chest, like up here, would be too bad, other than the
what do they call that? Is that the sternum?
The cage.
The rib cage? What's that with it in the middle? What's that middle? think that's called the sternum. I could be wrong. I'm going to look it up.
I think you're right, though. She could be wrong, but I think she's right.
Yeah, it's the sternum. I was right. Yeah, that connects the ribs via right here. I remember a little bit of anatomy from when I was an X-ray technician.
Anatomy?
Mm-hmm.
Anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So,
what are you doing?
Well, tribal council has tried to reach a verdict on our audio matching our lips. And I am noticing now that I have that up on the big screen that my lips do not match the audio.
You are correct.
So I am looking in Mix Effect to see if anything has changed, because I had thought about it and I did shut the switcher down the other day when we moved stuff around.
Mm-hmm.
And while I did tell it to save all the macros, I'm not sure that it did.
Okay.
So I'm going back and checking my audio settings as we speak, because I put that up on the big screen. That's why I got up to move some things around.
Okay. Man, now
Because
I
I always do, like, even though we're recording, I'm always still testing. And every
that's how
single
you get
recording,
better. That's how you get better.
and every single recording, I'm still like, it's not that I'm over here playing on my phone. I'm literally testing everything and going back through. I'm constantly, my head works a whole lot different than most. And so,
Our poor baby, we've got to get him into the pediatrician tomorrow. I feel so bad.
yeah,
Sweet baby.
they'll hopefully get us. What do we have tomorrow? Do we have time?
I don't show anything on the schedule tomorrow. Wednesday, we just have the kids back
we
to
do
school.
have eye exams.
Oh, wait, there it goes. It loaded.
Oh, wait, there it is.
Oh, no, I just showed the 2 fake meetings that I created.
Are you not accepting my invites?
Oh, I am.
So you don't see them?
Look, I accept everything.
Where do you go to your replied? Where do you even see that at?
You hit inbox.
Oh,
And hit reply.
I can do that too.
Yeah, right. You're welcome.
Where's the this at?
Did you invite me?
I sure did. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It says right here, invitees. Invites?
Let me see it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I sent it to. I believe that's your name. I believe that's your email.
Mm-hmm. Calendar, family, home.
You're my calendar, family, home?
Yeah, I bet I get it now. Here. We have eye appointments tomorrow?
Yeah. Do so we can see. I've got to have contacts because this is the last pair and they're pretty much done for. I think my prescription is going to change too.
Ooh, I think mine's going to change too, 100%. Because like when I have my glasses on, I'm like.
Well, actually, when I put my glasses on, I can see a lot better.
Really? Oh, that's right. Because you upped your glasses but you didn't up your contacts.
No, they changed my contacts, but they weakened an eye and strengthened an eye, which I thought was really weird.
That is odd, but no, it still didn't come through. I don't know what's going on, honey.
Well,
it is what it is.
You know I'm sending them.
I do know. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't.
So 30 minutes prior to that is mine, and then that one's yours.
Okay.
Just so you know, whenever you call the doctor's office in the morning.
Okay. Yeah. He may,
so after
he may
noon,
like.
We're available.
He may be fine. Like he's running a low grade fever. He's completely miserable, angry as heck. He threw up earlier today, like completely emptied his tummy, poor baby. He's just not, and he's been just so fussy. Like you can
tell he's off.
Yeah, you can keep him content for a little bit, and then he just.
You can tell he's off. because he's just not being himself.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he is a little bit, but not him full self.
Mm-mm.
He's a sweet boy.
No. And maybe that's why he's been wanting me so much is because he's not feeling good.
Well, mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my mommy.
Mm-hmm. That was super weird that he was even like doing that the other night.
Yeah, usually he's like, Dada.
Yeah.
And then Dada. Dada. Where Dada? Where Dada go?
Mm-hmm.
Honey, Dada.
Mm-hmm.
Dada play with me?
Mm-hmm.
Dada hold me? Dada. Dada feed me?
Mm-hmm.
Dada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll soak it up.
But I told mom because she doesn't believe this. But he's going to be a mama's boy.
We'll see.
All boys are mama's boys.
We will see.
It's the truth. It is the truth. All boys are mama's boys.
We'll see.
Man, I thought we was going to get through a recording without that.
Without a yawn.
No.
No, not so much.
Well, at least the camera wasn't on you at that time.
I know. I took advantage of it. Did you see me pan the room? Like, where are we at? What camera's on? Yeah.
Well, what else exciting do you have to talk about tonight?
The brand's done. Like, that's super exciting.
The cross branding is happening.
Cross branding is
It's
happening.
like in progress. It's not complete.
No, yeah. So if you go to the Jennifer Clements, you can find all of my brands that I'm a partner of.
Yeah. So the cross branding is even happening to the tune of even our personal channel is getting faded in. There's some content getting faded in from the construction group channel.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think vice versa there, as well as some of this stuff going even into your branded YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I don't think we've branded anything into feral business owners.
No, we haven't,
because
because
we really haven't even
well,
worked on it in such a long time.
Such a strong independent brand of its own. So
Yeah, we've got to make time for that.
we do. And it'll happen. It will happen. But I mean, I just don't want it to like disappear either. And so I want like
We still have to stay active.
We do have to stay
because
active.
If we're not, Google has told us we will go away.
Google said we're going to shut it down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, a very important topic. Let's hit on that for a minute.
Sure.
I'm going to only hit on this because I really do believe in the success of everyone individually.
Word, Big Bird.
I really believe that each and every one of you can be very successful as long as that's what you want. And you're only going to be as successful as you allow yourself to be.
Yeah.
So, to that, I would like to put this out there for the public to know that Google has made some huge updates and changes. And I strongly encourage you to read the fine print and the emails that they are sending you because they are sending them to you.
Yeah.
They are alerting you, they are making you aware. And that's all they, by law, have to do. Whenever you freak out one day and your shit's gone, well, they gave you fair warning.
Mm-hmm.
So read the emails that Google is sending you and know that your shit will get shut off if you're not active in it.
Right.
And if you're wondering what I'm saying, then you need to do the fucking work and look it up.
Yeah.
Honestly. So I don't care how many brands you have or how much money you think you have, that you don't have to do certain things or whatever it is the case is, you need to fucking do it. Not because I'm saying it, because Google says so.
Yeah. Google's made it pretty much now where it's like,
you don't follow their rules, they're going to kick your ass out.
Yeah. Yep. And people used to not think that Google was a big deal. And it is. I mean,
Man, it's so crazy how Google and Amazon control the world.
honestly. Honestly. Yeah. Who would have thought years ago that, like, a place that you get digital books is like
Google and Amazon literally control the world more than the president
mhm.
does. Do do does
Whatever.
does do.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. They carry more power and knowledge.
People are more upset about their Amazon deliveries than they are about who's on the news.
I
I'm gonna make you
knew that was gonna happen. Right as you started talking,
what?
I started having the thought that was formatting in your brain that was coming out.
Oh, yeah. People care more about their deliveries than what's in the news.
Yeah, they do. It's pretty sad, isn't it?
Mhm. It is.
Or is it?
I don't know. I don't know if it's sad or not sad. I don't care. I don't like the news. I
I know
don't
you
like
don't like the
watching the
news.
news. It's just depressing and it's sad and they want to control all of our destiny. And so if we stop paying attention, they can't control us.
I don't mind watching the news because I like to know what's going on, and I want to also make this a shout out as well. I am very sorry for the families in Hawaii
Oh my gosh.
and what's going on there. And
Just
this is
devastating.
part of one of the reasons why I do like to watch the news, because I do like to know what's going on in the world around us
Okay, so the only
to a
reason, and
certain
I will
degree.
admit, the only reason that I saw that this had even happened was because I checked X and I was like, oh my God. And so then I went to
Which is
TikTok.
also another thing that she doesn't do is get on ever Twitter or X
Right. So like
until
to all of this.
our
Yeah.
new our new
Our new thing.
found thing,
Found
right?
thing. Yeah. So I went to so then I went from X to TikTok and searched Hawaii fire and it was just like just mass load of everything that was happening. It was like, oh my God. Because here's the deal.
And you wouldn't even have seen that had I not have this TV on the news all the time.
What do you mean? The Maui fires?
Yeah,
No, that's exactly how I found out about them was from
was
X to
TikTok.
Twitter.
Oh,
Or not from X to TikTok. And I would much rather watch someone's TikTok and perspective of what's going on over there than what the news says is going on over there. Because every single channel has an agenda versus the person who is
yes and
sharing.
no. I like the rawness of the real news channels.
Mm,
I say the real news channels. I'm not talking about Fox or NBC, or I'm talking about like Newsmax,
yeah, it's true. But what I'm talking about is like
the ones that are trying to get shut down because they want to speak the truth.
right. Yeah. But I'm talking about like for people who are like sharing like this happened
The
to me.
actual right
This
now.
happened to me today. This is how I feel about this today. Like
I was
it
actually
was
watching a guy. I don't know where I was watching this at. It might have been on social media. Was watching a guy that was he was just, you know, just falling apart. And not because he had lost a family member, and not because he had lost an asset or house or whatever to the fire. It's because he lost his entire town.
yeah.
And the people, the natives of this country and this state, or whatever you want to call it, because it is part of the United
States,
States.
yeah.
I call it a country because it's an island
Hmm,
and it's not connected to us.
it's not.
Um, they've literally lost a part of their culture,
Mhm.
and it's very sad.
It's
It's
very
a
sad.
very beautiful place.
It is.
So I'm so out of tune and out of touch with these things as well, that I didn't realize how many. I honestly, I didn't even know this. Now that I think it's something even any of you probably even know how many celebrities actually live there.
Not that they live there, but they own land there. And I've heard the Oprah Winfrey name thrown out quite a bit about how much land she owns, and none of her land burned, but the entire town burned and how odd that is. There's been a lot of news stories that I've
Speculation.
read. Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably just to get the hype up on a person,
I don't
being it
know.
if it's a news article.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's sad that anybody losing any part of anything that they own is horrific. But just to see it
The
just
devastation on the natives that have been there their entire lives, or ancestors or
yeah,
whatever, the people that have been there for very
generations.
long periods of time
Yeah, the
are the ones that
generations.
I've, and I'm not trying to say that I care about them more, but I care about their feelings a little bit more than the people that are just, they're checking in on these certain situations, because these people can understand their entire lives revolve around this one little bitty speck of the world.
Yeah.
Like, we live in the United States. We live in a pretty large spectrum of a place,
Community.
right?
Yeah.
This is a, it's, while it's a large space, it's not. It's
Right.
surrounded, I mean, it's completely surrounded by water, and it looks like it's that big on the map, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's it just blows my mind. And to see all of those cars just like in ashes on that main
That's how
road, that
hot
main
it
strip,
was.
it's to me, it's just like my head. And I
And
haven't
then the people hearing the stories about how they had to flee to the water,
yeah.
like having to go jump in shark infested water because you got to pick one, sharks or burn.
Yeah. Mhm. I can't
And then there's
imagine.
still not a count on who's missing, probably because of that.
Yeah.
Either one burned to death
Yeah. And the
and they can't find your remains, or you got eaten and they're never going to find you.
yeah. That is something that could have happened, absolutely. Or has their remains washed up on shore? Like I'm sure that there were some drownings because of
Yes.
that. You know, like, I just can't imagine, like think about it in our instance, like, I know I am a great swimmer, but to think that I had to make the choice of
You had to make that choice.
swimming with Miles in my arms and
Oh,
then having any of the other babies with me, like, there was probably a mom in that situation.
oh,
Out of all of
absolutely.
those people,
But
there
think
was
about the mom that had 3 or 4 little bitty babies.
yeah,
Even if they were 1, 3, 5, they're still small.
it's not like you carry life jackets in the trunk of your car.
No. Yeah.
No, it breaks my heart, and
There's so many different instances that are happening.
I always just put myself in that situation of the mindset of like, I could have been a mom in that car. Like, or
Yeah.
there was a mom who was like me in that car, or or the dad going home from work or to work or whatever. It's just
Yeah.
like and then maybe that was their only vehicle and it was cash and it doesn't have insurance on it. How are they going to replace that vehicle? How are they going to make it?
And if it
How are they
was their only vehicle, then, and one was at work, then the other ones were at home, and they weren't even together.
No. Like, it's just so much sadness in all of it,
They didn't
and
even get to see each other last time. Like,
mm-mm,
yeah,
mm-mm,
there is a lot of sadness there for me too.
yeah, I just couldn't even imagine, and there were some hard choices that were made instantaneously on the information that they had.
Yeah, because you know that had to have spread so fast and out of control, and just panic and pure chaos. Like,
It's hard to think so being being a veteran, part of your training is going to the gas chamber.
yeah,
And they put you in the gas chamber, they make you
hmm,
take your gas mask off, and you are
you have to fight.
submitted to riot gas. Like, you have to figure out, 1, how you're gonna react. Are you gonna be able can you form thoughts and sentences? Like, you have to perform tasks through all of this. Civilians are not provided that opportunity to figure out if they have fight or flight in certain situations. So, I can only imagine with that much fire that was happening, they were surrounded by smoke
Oh
and
yeah,
you like choking on smoke, you can't breathe. It's not only that, but your lungs hurt. Now your eyes are burning. You know, you're disoriented from that aspect of it.
Yep.
And now you're extremely hot because the fire's like, I can only imagine how disorienting that was to be able to have to think fight or flight. It's hot and I can't breathe and I can't see.
Yeah. So what do I do?
What do I do? Granted, I am lucky enough to have that part of training, but even still, that was before I had
You still have to
kids.
make choices.
Yeah, you still have to make it, but that was even before I had kids. So could you imagine that situation where you have 1 baby, 2 baby, 3 babies with you, and you're now forced with, and now not only are you facing my eyes hurt, I can't breathe, I'm choking up.
It's your babies.
You're having 3 other children with you who are in panic mode.
Yeah, and you have to pick.
Yeah, I can't. It just like the amount of anxiety that I feel right now doesn't even compare to the people who have lived through that situation. And
No, and you can't even say that you could never even put yourself in that
no,
because
never. Not until I will have faced a situation like that will I know how it
yeah,
feels, and I think that people need to truly have that perspective when thinking about these families who were inflicted with this situation of
I will
what they
not take
faced.
people commenting in any negative way on that
Mm-mm.
very well.
No, not at all. Because they have no idea what those moms or dads or grandmas or I mean anybody had to deal with. It's just not. I was just checking on it. He's tossing and turning a little bit.
Would you mind grabbing me a pillow?
Sure.
Actually, let's
Oh, we're at an hour and 16. You want to cut?
yeah, we'll take a break
Okay.
and then we will come back. How about that?
Okay.
All right, so we are going to pick up where we left off because I want to continue this.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in, and you can catch part 2 of this.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Fade me out, baby.
Okay.